The moment Private Lucas Hale washed ashore, gasping in salt water and scraping his cheek on jagged coral, he knew his life had changed forever. Moments earlier, his military transport had been swallowed by a thunderous storm, thunder clashing like titans overhead, until everything went black. Now, he lay on a powdery white beach, drenched, bruised, and alone, save for a single figure standing 100 yards away, a nun, soaked and serene, her habit clinging to her frame. Lucas pushed himself upright, scanning the deserted island. Coconut palms swayed in the wind, distant birds called overhead, the horizon offered a passive promise of rescue. Then he noticed she was gathering driftwood with careful hands. Her veil was soaked, yet her posture was calm, almost welcoming. At that moment, Lucas felt a flicker, perhaps this wasn't how the story ended after all. He staggered toward her, voice raw, "Sister. Sister." She turned, eyes steady and kind. Lucas inhaled sharply, "I'm Lucas." She offered a gentle nod, as if greeting an old friend. "I'm Sister Maria." She paused, scanning his uniform. "You're a soldier," she observed. He nodded slowly. Their worlds, duty and devotion, were colliding, and survival had thrown them together. Maria spoke softly, "First things first, we need shelter. And water." Lucas's battlefield training kicked in, he felt an odd comfort in returning to action. She watched him tie fern fronds and driftwood together. "It's okay if I help," he said. She smiled. "We help each other." Paragraph 5, Two paths converge. As the hut took shape, Lucas learned Maria had been on a humanitarian mission, caring for refugees at a remote clinic. She had volunteered despite her superiors' concern that she risked too much. He realized that here, on this island, their purposes shared common ground, service. And in that recognition, something softened inside him. At dawn, Lucas awoke to soft humming. Maria was kneeling by the shore, palms pressed together in prayer. He sat beside her, quietly. When she finished, she told him the Lord gave her strength, and she believed in miracles. Lucas sighed, "I believed in my training. Now I'm not sure what I believe." Maria said, "Perhaps we find belief together, not alone." They found coconuts, and Maria taught Lucas to crack them open. Lucas fished with a makeshift spear. Sharing water and flesh of coconut, they bonded. Lucas revealed his guilt, he blamed himself for losses in his unit. Maria listened, her eyes gentle. "Kindness is how we repair what war breaks," she said. He realized he'd never spoken like this before, never felt this understood. 3 days later, a storm rolled in, 2 gray walls of water crashing onto sand. They fled into their hut, holding each other's arms, afraid. When the storm threw them apart by the violent wind, Lucas's heart froze. He found Maria kneeling amid chaos, whispering, "Please, protect us." He clasped her hand, anchoring them both, and something sacred flickered inside him, a promise of hope even in darkness. At first light, wreckage littered the beach, broken coconuts, tattered palm leaves, half-flooded hut. They held each other, shaken. Then Lucas began rebuilding, and Maria prayed for their strength. Lucas whispered, "I needed this, your faith." Maria replied gently, "Faith doesn't heal. Love does. And you have that inside." Lucas fished, Maria collected berries. Maria paused at a berry bush. She offered Lucas a sweet fruit, and he paused, his hardened soldier's heart opening. She noted the ocean's ebb and flow. "Even tides change," she said. He realized that survival meant more than staying alive, it meant living with humanity. One night, Lucas awoke to distant lights flickering on the horizon. Maybe a ship. He rushed to Maria, "Rescue." They crested a dune, shielding their eyes. Not a ship, just lightning drifting across uncharted skies. Lucas sank back, disappointed. Maria bent to him, "We will be rescued someday. But today, what is our gift to each other? He thought, he had found solace, forgiveness, not just for himself, but the world he thought he'd lost. Lucas slipped into fever. Maria held ice on his forehead, whispered prayer, nursed him with coconut water and berries. For days he lay weak. Maria never left his side, her voice the anchor that kept him tethered to hope. Lucas realized, here was love beyond duty, a selfless compassion that would not abandon him. And slowly, he healed. When Lucas could walk again, he found Maria had built a small cross at the edge of the hut, vines weaving around it. I wanted to give thanks, she said. Lucas placed his hand on the wood, tears filling his eyes. Thank you, for saving my life. Maria whispered, you saved mine, too, by teaching me that grace is shared in action. They cleared the storm debris together. Lucas carved a small wooden boat from driftwood, Maria sewed a tattered sail from her habit. They worked in concert, laughter returning. The island that once felt empty now felt abundantly alive, filled with their resilience, cooperation, and growing bond. One evening, as they hauled their boat up a dune, Maria noticed dots of light far offshore, flares from a passing vessel. Lucas confirmed it. Their hearts raced. But the rescue ship wasn't heading their way. It would pass by at sunrise. At that moment, Lucas faced a choice: risk the rough sea tonight to meet it, or stay with Maria and hope the ship sees them tomorrow. Lucas turned to Maria, we can try tonight. I'll take the boat out and signal them. But she shook her head. The boat was fragile. We risk it all. Lucas's heart split, her safety, and this chance for freedom. Suddenly, Maria stepped forward. I trust you, she said. Lead the way. He saw, in her calm eyes, compassion that urged him forward. Lucas pushed the boat into lunar ripples. Maria lit a flare. He paddled. The night wind whispered through his uniform, and fear tightened his chest. But Maria's voice, carried over water, reminded him, you are not alone. He paused, hearing his own heartbeat, stronger now, not with fear, but with purpose. Miles away, the rescue vessel changed course when the flare cracked the night. On the island, Lucas heard the distant hum of engines. Maria wept at the shoreline, arms outstretched. Lucas cradled her in his arms, whispering, thank you, for trusting me, for giving me hope. She hugged him back. They didn't speak, words would fall short in a moment like this. As dawn broke, a rigid-hulled boat approached their sandy cove. Crew members bounded ashore, stunned to find a soldier and none so changed by their island ordeal. Lucas helped Maria aboard. She looked back once, the island's palms swaying like quiet sentinels. Lucas squeezed Maria's hand. It's okay to leave, she said. He nodded. On the rescue vessel, Lucas and Maria watched the island wash away behind them. No longer were they stranded. But they carried something greater than rescue, an inner transformation born of kindness, trust, and shared humanity. Lucas tightened his grip on Maria's hand. She smiled, soft, unbreakable.